I want to take the time to talk to you one-on-one, mom to mom, for just a moment. I know that as a mom of a child on the autism spectrum, we have moments of suffering that seem to be amplified by self-critical thoughts that come and make the situation worse rather than better. And if you want to learn how to avoid this mentality, whenever you go through a difficult time, I want you to watch until the end because I have a special download that will help you to recognize and prevent mental distortions and encourage you to make more space for compassionate giving to yourself. For the best stress management and self-care parenting advice, be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that little bell to be notified each time I upload a new video every Friday. Hey moms, it's Ophelia Lark-Woodbury of thehappymedium.com, providing you with the essential stress management and self-care tools that really work for your kind of stress. Now, if you've found it hard lately to be kind to yourself, by the end of this video, you will have a handy 3-step process that will help you to be less self-critical and more compassionate toward yourself. As a parent coach and behavior therapist over the last 10 years, I've worked with countless parents from all walks of life to help them be more intentional about caring for themselves as they navigate the difficult terrain of parenting a special needs child. Now, if you're interested in learning more about working with me one-on-one to create your own personalized self-care plan, I can give you the details about that later on in this video. Step 1, conscious focus. Now here you are going to focus on 3 primary things. You're going to focus on the physical, which is your body. You're going to focus on the emotions, which are the feelings, and the thought processes. So, and when you're pinpointing the physical sensations or the discomfort in your body, when you are going through this moment of suffering, you're going to be thinking about where is the tension. I know for me, most of the time when I'm going through a moment of suffering, I have tension right here in my shoulder blades, my shoulders and my neck, and it is really tight. And then I also may have some pain in my back. Then an associated thought might be, oh my God, this is just so overwhelming. I feel like I can hardly bear this. And I might say, this is so unfair. So what is the thought associated with that? And then you are probably going to have, since thoughts, feelings, and behavior are so interconnected that they're really inseparable. You can't really separate one from the other and sort of isolate those. Those things go together so uniquely. And so anyway, what feeling are you experiencing as you are sensing or going through this physical pain or discomfort, and you're having these thoughts like, oh my gosh, this is so unfair. I just can't bear any more of this. What feeling is associated with that? Often for me, it's a combination of sadness, anger. There might be some confusion as to why me, those kinds of questions. That's another question that you might ask or thought that you might have associated with that. You see how closely linked those are? So you could be feeling a certain kind of way, and then you can think, why me? So those go together. And so once you have, you've identified, you focus on, how I'm feeling. Oh man, my neck and my back really hurts. I just can't get that. I can't get that tension out. And then, you have a certain type of thought or multiple thoughts, and then you are feeling a combination of emotions as you're going through this. It is important not just to feel what you feel and to know what you're thinking, but it's important for you to acknowledge that this is a moment of suffering. So typically what I'll have my parents say is, some people, I know for myself, I've learned to do this. I didn't used to do it initially, but I'll have my parents say, just acknowledge that this is a moment of suffering. I'm going through a moment of suffering. And sometimes we'll put our hands right here because it's really a heartfelt thing. And so you'll just say, this is a moment of suffering. Step 2, common humanity. Now, this is where you're going to remind yourself that people all over the world experience moments of suffering. It doesn't matter where you go, what country, what nation, what nationality, what race, what religion, people everywhere experience moments of suffering. So basically, I teach parents and I do this myself. It's something I use all the time because I always have these moments. So it's, moments of suffering in my house is when I pick my son up from school at 3 o'clock. There starts my moment of suffering. And it's not ongoing, but there are times where it can really get intense with tantrums and meltdowns and things like that. And so I have to tell myself, suffering is a part of life. It just really is. When was the last time you really showed compassion towards yourself? Maybe you struggle with the idea of what self-compassion really is. If so, comment below and let me know your experience. And step 3, conscious responding. Now, this is where you're going to practice your healing narratives. So you've already acknowledged that you are going through a moment of suffering. And you've also acknowledged the shared humanity of suffering. And so now you're going to consciously respond in an open-hearted and gentle way that shows kindness towards yourself as you go through this moment of suffering. So you do this by saying something like, I'm okay. I'm doing my best. I'm fine just as I am. I don't need to do anything extra. I don't need to be extra. I'm just fine. I can do this. I can handle this. Whatever your healing narrative is. And that's it. That's the 3 C's of self-compassion. Now you know how to give compassion to yourself when difficult times arise. To make sure that you are able to identify those triggering events that lead to mental distortions, I've created the Balanced Thought Worksheet that helps you to exactly pinpoint those triggering events and the negative thoughts that follow, and it helps you to create that space for more compassion towards yourself. You can download that worksheet in the link below this video. Now, I mentioned earlier in this video that if you were interested in working with me one-on-one to create your own parenting and self-care needs personalized plan, that I would provide the details. So you can contact me through my website at thehappymedium.com to schedule a free 30-minute assessment to determine your needs. I'll include the links below in this video. If you would like to connect with us on Facebook, make sure you click the Facebook group link below in this video to get the latest tools, tips, and strategies on parenting, stress management, and self-care advice. If you like this video, hit the like button below, subscribe, and share with your fellow moms. And comment below to let me know what your biggest takeaway was, and if you have any suggestions. And I look forward to responding to your comments and your questions. Until the next video, see you guys soon. Goodbye.